afternoon and welcome. Much better than my class. Following a long-standing and honored academic tradition at Lamar University, we gather this spring afternoon to introduce and honor the 2015 University Professor and University Merit Awards recipients, our retiring faculty, and the 2015 University Research Scholar. We're very pleased that you could join us to recognize and acknowledge these distinguished members of our community of scholars. Every spring for more than 4 decades, Lamar's academic community has assembled to recognize an outstanding senior professor with the esteemed title of University Professor, a designation known earlier in our institution's history as Regents Professor. In addition, distinguished junior faculty members have been honored at these ceremonies with the University Merit Awards for teaching excellence. This tradition of recognizing excellence is one of Lamar University's finest. Let me also take this opportunity to thank publicly the members of the University Professor and Merit Awards Selection Committee. Members, please stand and accept our applause. Anybody admitting to this? Please be seated. I'd also be remiss if I didn't take this opportunity to thank Ms. Christy Swanson and the University Reception Center staff for their hard work on this event. Let's give them a hand, too. This ceremony is doubly special because of the generosity of one of our own, the 1986 Lamar Regents Professor, Dr. Ann Dye Hasselmo. She and her husband, Nils, realized a dream a few years ago by creating and funding the Lamar University Faculty Excellence Endowment. Funds from the endowment underwrite this ceremony, and the recipient of the University Professor title is also designated the Ann Dye Hasselmo Faculty Scholar for the subsequent year and receives a travel award from the Office of the Provost. Unfortunately, Ann can't be with us today, but I'd like to say a few words about her and on her behalf. Dr. Ann Dye Hasselmo began her education as a first-generation college student at Lamar University, just like many of our students, and interestingly enough, many of our faculty. During her career, Dr. Hasselmo served as president of a national education and leadership organization, as well as an ACE fellow and university president, associate vice president, dean, graduate program director, and faculty member, most all at different universities. At the beginning of it all, she was a Lamar University professor, serving as president of the Faculty Senate, and ultimately earning recognition as a Regents Merit Award recipient, Regents Professor, and distinguished alumna. As mentioned earlier, Ann made the gift that endows this ceremony, and it was because of her firm belief that it is the responsibility of each of us to give back in meaningful ways to those institutions which developed, nurtured, and sustained us during the most important portions of our professional lives. Please join me in giving Ann and Nils a hand in absentia. Thank you. Academic excellence is a fundamental part and a primary goal of a distinguished university. And on every such campus, there are those faculty who stand apart, who distinguish themselves and are recognized by their peers and students as extraordinary teachers, scholars, and mentors. Indeed, we believe firmly that it is vitally important to pause collectively during the academic year and recognize those colleagues whose contributions exemplify the attainment of the goal of excellence. Today's ceremony marks the 44th annual presentation of these prestigious faculty awards. Since 1972, 72 of our faculty have been named Regents or University Professors, while 192 have received Regents or University Merit Awards. To these will be added the 2015 University Professor and 3 University Merit Award recipients. The title University Professor is awarded for life and is the most prestigious faculty award conferred by Lamar's academic community. The award is the pinnacle of academic achievement at our university and is recognized by all as an emblem of highest merit. Recipients are nominated, evaluated, and selected by their peers, and these recognitions are based upon achievements and reputations honed in the demanding and competitive culture of higher education. Together, our Regents and University Professors form a veritable who's who of academic excellence. They have authored scores of books and have created thousands of articles, essays, poems, professional papers, and works of art. They have received millions upon millions of dollars in external support for their teaching, research, and creativity, as well as countless teaching, scholarship, and service awards and recognitions. Some, such as Ann Dye Hasselmo, have become senior academic leaders. Even more importantly, through their excellence in the classroom, laboratory, studio, and beyond, they have enriched the lives of our students. By any standard, these faculty members represent the very best, and they are the heart and soul of the university. A distinctive university professor medallion has been struck to serve as a lasting symbol of this high honor and esteemed title. I was supposed to have it up here. Last year's recipient, University Professor Jerry Bradley, is with us. Dr. Bradley, would you please rise and remain standing? Many of our other regents and university professors have also joined us this afternoon, and at this time I would like for them to stand and receive our applause. All of Thank you. Please be seated. Also with us are many former Merit Award recipients. Would these distinguished faculty members please stand so that we can recognize them? All Merit. At this time, it's my pleasure to invite President Kenneth Evans to join me as I introduce the 2015 University Merit Award recipients. Yeah, why don't you shift over here? Come on over here. It's my fault. I told him to sit there. And you can stand here. Get this stuff together. Dr. Kamal Karani, please come forward. Dr. Karani is an assistant professor of marketing and is in her 6th year of service to the College of Business and Lamar University. She received a Bachelor of Science degree from the University of Rajasthan in India, an MBA in marketing from M.L. Sukhadia University in India, and a PhD in marketing from Drexel University. During her Lamar years, Dr. Karani has taught 2 different undergraduate and 3 different MBA courses, and as you might guess, has received wide praise and excellent reviews from her students and colleagues. Her department chair, Dr. K.C. Sen, notes, the student responses to her classes have been extremely positive, and a significant reason for this is her approachable personality. Dr. Karani is one of the most well-liked and highly ranked classroom instructors in the department. Her students often mention her knowledge of course material, charisma, communication skills, novel use of technology, fairness, and the extra effort she puts into her classes, both face-to-face and online. Dr. Karani is powerfully committed to helping her students understand the problems and opportunities facing small businesses. Working with the Small Business Development Center, she embeds her students in local businesses so they can experience firsthand the challenges of today's small business world. There's ample evidence of her instructional success. Indeed, her student evaluation of instruction mean scores have risen steadily and dramatically since 2008, and most recently hit a 4.7 on a 5-point favorability scale. Dr. Karani has acquired and polished her skills by attending local and national workshops on teaching effectiveness. In addition, she has employed instant survey techniques in her classes and collaborated with the Career and Testing Center and SBDC to enhance her courses. Her engagement with students reaches far beyond the classroom as she serves as sponsor for 3 student organizations and advises hundreds of majors. Dr. Karani holds membership in 6 professional organizations, including the American Marketing Association and the Academy of Marketing Sciences. She has attended numerous professional conferences, workshops, and meetings, and has presented 11 proceedings papers, 2 of which were recognized with Best Paper Awards. She has co-authored 5 refereed journal articles and has 4 additional manuscripts in preparation or under review. She has also presented 27 papers or posters at regional and national conferences. On the service front, Kamal has served on 5 college and university committees, plus she has volunteered with both BISD and Junior Achievement. Dr. Henry Venta, Dean of the College of Business, summarizes her passion for instructional excellence by writing, Dr. Karani's course evaluations, as well as comments on her teaching from students, are some of the best within the department and college. She's a promising young scholar and an asset to the Department of Marketing, Management and Marketing, College of Business, and Lamar University. Congratulations, Kamal. Our second 2015 University Merit Award recipient is Dr. John McCullough, also from the College of Business. Unfortunately, Dr. McCullough can't be with us this afternoon because he's attending the Southwestern Social Science Association Annual Conference, which is being held in Denver, and in which he will be presenting the results of some new and exciting research. He purchased his ticket 2 months ago and is with a discount airline, so his ticket was non-refundable. Clearly, frugality with state funds is one of his virtues. He sends his regrets as well as thanks. I'd now like to ask the department chair, Dr. Larry Allen, to come forward and receive Dr. McCullough's recognitions and listen to what I have to say about him. Only fair. Dr. McCullough is an assistant professor of economics and in his 3rd year of service to Lamar University. He earned the Bachelor of Science degree from Penn State University, followed by an MBA from Widener University and a PhD from Temple University. Prior to his Lamar appointment, Dr. McCullough taught for 11 years at 4 universities in the Northeast. He has already made a mark at Lamar. His department chair, Dr. Allen, writes, "I do not think it is an exaggeration to say that Dr. McCullough's constructive influence has been very directly felt in all areas of teaching, research, and service." Now you'll hear why. Dr. McCullough has taught 5 different courses in economics, 1 at the graduate level, and is constantly striving to improve learning outcomes in each class he teaches. To this end, he has employed a variety of innovative strategies, ranging from low-stakes extra credit questions to test-retest evaluations to games and in-class group work. Flattering student evaluation scores and comments lend credence to these innovations and advance his reputation for teaching excellence. I must add that he is instructionally nimble and flexible as he teaches face-to-face, online, through distance education's interactive video network, and off-campus at a local high school. On top of all this, John is a faculty advisor to Beta Gamma Sigma, the Business Honor Society, and has created new and instructional activities for this year's members. Indeed, in a very short time, he has established himself as one of the college's finest young faculty members. On the professional front, he holds membership in a variety of regional and national organizations and has presented 15 papers at various meetings. In addition, he has organized and chaired 2 conference sessions and has served often as a session discussant and manuscript reviewer. His curriculum vitae is further enhanced by a dozen peer-refereed articles that he's authored. Dr. McCullough has supported his college and university through committee work and student service. In a great many ways, he has served the campus, his profession, and community, and with distinction. Dean Henry Venta captures the completeness of Dr. McCullough's accomplishments by writing, "John is always willing to step outside his comfort zone to help the department and college. He is well liked by students and admired by his colleagues. I strongly recommend, without any reservations, that he be granted a merit award." And of course, we agree. Congratulations to Dr. McCullough, and thanks to Dr. Allen. Quick message.
John was very upset he couldn't attend. He wanted me to deliver this message. I'm deeply honored and humbled by the Lamar University Merit Award. When I received a phone call from Dr. Dobbin, it was one of the best days of my life. I truly wish I could be there to accept this award in person. However, I'm currently presenting my latest research at the Southwestern Social Science Association. This conference plans were made back in November. I've enjoyed everything about Lamar since coming here. The university and work environment is great. My colleagues are wonderful and the students are terrific. I will continue to work hard as I can to show Lamar how appreciative I am with this.
Our 3rd and final University Merit Award recipient is Dr. Millicent Musioka. Dr. Musioka, please come forward. Completing her 3rd year at Lamar, Dr. Musioka serves as an assistant professor of deaf studies and deaf education in the College of Fine Arts and Communication. She earned a Bachelor of Arts degree with honors from Kenyatta University in Nairobi, Kenya, and then worked in the field of deaf education for 5 years. Later, she received a Master of Arts and a PhD from Gallaudet University in Washington, D.C., both in deaf education. Students find that she is extremely collaborative. She works with them to understand the challenging concepts and culture of working with the deaf and hard of hearing, writes Dean Russ Schultz. In less than 3 years, Dr. Musioka, and you can do the math, has taught 10 different courses, including 2 doctoral courses and 5 master's level courses. She's a student of pedagogy and employs a variety of novel and existing classroom techniques to enrich student learning, including active and collaborative teaching, flipped classrooms, peer instruction, and primary research on teaching effectiveness. Her students lavishly praise her for her efforts. She participates in student groups and organizations, both campus-based and off, and has served on 2 dissertation committees. Dr. Musioka is an active member of several professional associations and has served as a manuscript reviewer, judge, panelist, paper presenter, and poster presenter. With colleagues and students, she is currently involved in research projects on deaf children, American Sign Language, cross-cultural approaches to deaf education, and teacher experiences with deaf students. Millie has received a Lamar Research Enhancement Grant, as well as peer recognition by the American Education Research Association. She has published 6 peer-reviewed articles and has several manuscripts ready for publication review. In her spare time, may she has any, she is active in departmental, college, and university committee work and community projects. Dean Schultz summarized the accomplishments of this hardworking young faculty member by noting, Dr. Musioka actively serves her department, college, and university through outstanding research, and she also serves her discipline through work on professional associations and local boards. All said, she's an outstanding candidate for a Merit Award, and of course we agree. Congratulations, Millie. Now it's my very great privilege and honor to introduce Lamar University's 2015 University Professor and Ann Dye Hasselmo Faculty Scholar, Dr. Bradley Mayer. University Professor Mayer, please come forward. Well, this has been a successful awards year for the College of Business, a veritable trifecta. 2 Merit Awards and now the University Professor. Dean Henry Venter writes, Dr. Mayer is a model of service for the College of Business. As a faculty member, he's a leader in all college endeavors. As an administrator, he worked harder and longer than anyone else in the college. His leadership capabilities are well known. I feel his service and leadership have no equal in the College of Business and probably at the university, and far exceed what is generally expected. And realize this is a dean who's saying this. Dr. Mayer has been at Lamar University for more than 2 decades. And early in the morning on football game days, you can find him tailgating in the Plummer Building parking lot with Don Price, Tommy Thompson, Jimmy Moss, and a host of other colleagues, family members, and even students. And the barbecue is very good. Dr. Mayer received both a BSc in Business Education and a BBA in Marketing from the University of North Dakota. He continued his education by earning an MBA from Minnesota State, hence his love for the Twins, and a PhD from the University of North Texas. His doctoral work was in human resource management. He is a professor of management and at various times served as associate dean, director of the MBA program, and department chair. For many years, as Dean Venter notes, Dr. Mayer taught every graduating senior from the College of Business, every baccalaureate, and every MBA student. Dr. Mayer is one of Lamar's most visible, productive, and admired faculty members. He's appreciated by his students, praised by his colleagues, consulted by local business leaders, and respected by his peers. Dr. Mayer has taught 11 different courses, 6 in the MBA program. He holds virtually every Franklin Covey certificate and is professionally certified in human resource management. He developed several new courses and migrated others to an online format, served as advisor for Lamar's highly regarded Passport program, instructed the college's capstone courses, conducted speed interviewing with the Career Center, became a master of Adobe Connect, prepped students for ETS exams, and advised thousands of undergraduate and master's students. In his courses, he effectively uses gaming pedagogy and emphasizes business ethics, globalism, strategic planning, and assessment. Collaborating with colleagues, he has developed and shared these instructional ideas in 4 peer-reviewed journal articles. Needless to say, student evaluation data and comments about Dr. Mayer are flattering and have been so for his entire career. Moreover, Dr. Mayer has been formally and professionally recognized for his instructional accomplishments, to include selection as a Regents Merit Award recipient, Master Professor and member of the Hall of Fame for the Business Strategy Game, and Educator of the Year nominee for the Southeast Texas Society for Human Resource Management. Outside of the classroom, Dr. Mayer has served as faculty advisor for Sigma Phi Epsilon, Alpha Kappa Psi, Dinner and 12 Strangers, and Lamar's chapter of the Society for Human Resource Management. Brad is equally active in scholarly pursuits. He's a member of numerous professional organizations and associations, including AACSB, the Aspen Institute, and the Academic and Business Research Institute. He is a productive scholar who has authored or co-authored 18 peer-refereed articles, 17 proceedings papers, and 20 professional papers. On the service front, Dr. Mayer has assembled an impressive resume. In my experience, it's not at all unusual for excellence in instruction and scholarship to be found among those who generously support their university, community, and profession. Dr. Mayer served as Associate Dean of the College of Business for 8 years, Director of the MBA program for 8 years, and Chair of the Department of Management and Marketing for 1 year. During his tenure, Dr. Mayer has served on and shouldered a hefty workload in dozens of departmental, college, and university committees. Off campus, he has shared his professional expertise with local businesses, media, and nonprofits. To punctuate his nomination, Dean Venta closed by writing, "I most strongly recommend that Dr. Brad Mayer be granted a University Professor Award." Of course, we couldn't agree more. Colleagues and friends, it's my pleasure to introduce the 2015 University Professor and the Ann Dye Hasselmo Faculty Scholar, Dr. Bradley Mayer. Congratulations.
Was that really me on there? I wasn't sure. I just brought chapter 1 today, so don't panic here. But I'd first like to allow me to make some introductions of my family. So I'll start with Deidre's parents, Richard Wright and Diana Wright. Sitting up front, you guys can stand. And behind them is Diana's dad, Ernest Sanye. And my handsome son, Jackson. He thinks that I'm a stockbroker because I watch CNBC every morning. So I think that's Brookie, my beautiful daughter. She knows I'm a teacher, right? Brookie, stand up. And my beautiful wife, Deidre Mayer. As you guys know, Deidre works in the College of Engineering, and I always kid that she's been here a quarter of the time that I've been here, and more people know her than know me. And I'm good with that, okay? She looks, personality. What do I have? Things are gonna change in this household from now on. If you believe that, well. Okay, I'd like to start by congratulating the award winners, the others that had merit award winners, and a special thanks to the retirees that are here today for their commitment and hard work here at Lamar University. I hope to be there someday. And finally, the college committee for nominating me for the award, and the university committee for selecting me as a Lamar University professor. Finally, I'd like to thank Ann and Niles Hasselmo for support of this program. All right, so I'm just going to say a few other things if I'm allowed to. Many of you know I grew up in North Dakota, the hockey country of America. We have some other North Dakota. In a family of 5, and my mother ran a clothing store for 50 years before she passed away, and my dad still today he's 92 and still kind of working on the farm, but growing a garden that feeds the whole community, literally feeds the whole community. But that's important because they didn't have the opportunity to go to college in 8th grade, high school, but there was never a question that all of us, and there was 5 of us, that all of us would go to college. I mean, it was just, and I kind of look back and said, how smart were they to figure that out? So I owe a lot to them. I don't think they, I'm sure they wondered many times of how long do you have to go to school to be a teacher? And shook their heads many times, and certainly I'll never forget them coming to Lamar and kids calling me Dr. Mayer, and it was like, why are they doing that? Why are they calling you a doctor? It's like, I can assure you I don't know CPR. But anyway, they're proud today of what I've accomplished, even though they may not understand all the way that I got here. I want to ask you a question today, kind of think about, how do you know when a home plate umpire in baseball is doing a good job of calling balls and strikes? Yeah, you're just like my class. My class is every question. The answer is he or she is not getting yelled at. There's no controversial calls, and he or she really is going unnoticed. In fact, umpires are taught that when there is controversy, they should say very little or even nothing at all. Until, here's the important part, until it gets personal. Once the manager gets personal, the umpire is allowed to show attitude and style and throw the manager out of the game. Holding back is not necessarily a strategy I would recommend to students in all situations.
However, it doesn't work on many occasions. I believe doing the right things, working hard, above all else, just doing your job, regardless of recognition. However, I can say that today, receiving the Lamar University Professor is very personal, and I appreciate being recognized for my efforts. So at least for today, like the umpire in this final half an hour, I'm giving myself permission to have attitude and stop. Thanks to all of you that have supported me in my 20 years here at Lamar and are here today to recognize my performance. Thank you.
Now I'd like to invite Dr. Kevin Smith, Senior Associate Provost, to the podium.
The purpose of this ceremony is to recognize and praise academic excellence. Consistent with that goal, it's now my pleasure to introduce and join you in applause for those who dedicated their professional careers to academic excellence at this university. These are our retiring faculty. This year, 17 faculty members have retired or will retire, and together they have served this university 370 years. In this mix are a provost, 2 deans, an executive director, 3 university professors, 2 Texas State University System Regents professors, 4 distinguished faculty lecturers, and many other very fine people and our colleagues. Make no mistake about it, Lamar is losing a lot. Regrettably, one of our retirees passed away earlier this year, and others in very poor health, and several others have relocated elsewhere. They can't be with us this afternoon. And even though they're unable to be with us, I do want to take just a moment and introduce them and have them accept our applause. Please hold that until I read the names. Not attending are Vicki Farrow, who served at Lamar University for 20 years, professor of pedagogy and executive director of planning and assessment at Sachs Liaison. Cecil Johnston, who was with us for 17 years, instructor of English and modern languages. Dean Hollis Lowry Moore, who was with us for 10 years, professor of pedagogy and dean of the College of Education and Human Development. Al Lynch, 18 years of service at Lamar, professor of accounting and business law. Pamela Monk, 10 years of service and associate professor of counseling and special populations. Lane Roth, 37 years, associate professor of communication. Sheila Smith, 20 years, associate professor of nursing. George Strickland, please keep him in your thoughts, 10 years, associate professor of health and kinesiology. And Faith Wallace, 19 years, as an assistant professor of nursing. Please join me. I am pleased to tell you that many of our other colleagues or retirees are with us this afternoon. I'm going to ask each to come to the front, along with a colleague who will deliver some remarks. First, Dr. Jean Andrews. Dr. Jean Andrews has been with us for 27 years. She's University Professor of Deaf Studies and Deaf Education. She'll be introduced by Xanthia Smith.
Let you know how honored I am to be standing here next to Jean Andrews and to have this opportunity to say a few words about her. Ralph Waldo Emerson said that a hero is no braver than an ordinary man, but is braver for 5 minutes longer. Jean Andrews, I'd like to summarize something that you have achieved in 5 minutes. It took only a minute for you to say yes to a remarkable career at Lamar University that has lasted for 27 years. It took only a minute for you to earn the admiration, and respect of thousands of students, faculty, and professional peers. It took only about a minute for you to write the first sentence of each of 3 books, 4 book chapters, 79 articles, 32 grants, and 8 children's novels. Definitely a prolific literary career. It took about a minute for you to convince 3 teachers that doctoral degrees were in their best interests. The doctoral program in Deaf Studies, Deaf Education has since trained more than 45 doctoral faculty who are situated in universities and programs all over the United States. It took a minute for you to agree to become a local, state, national, and international community leader, serving on numerous governing boards, editorial boards, advisory boards, and programming committees, earning in each abundant recognition for your service. It is now time to take a minute for yourself. Thank you for being greater than the ordinary man. We hope, I hope, that we who are the legacy of your 5 minutes make you as proud of us as we follow in your footsteps as we are.
Next, it's my pleasure to introduce the Provost of the University, my dear friend, Dr. Steve Doblin, who will be introduced by someone else you might recognize.
They gave you 5 minutes? They gave me 3 minutes. And I'll start off with a quote, Winston Churchill. If a man has integrity, nothing else matters. If a man doesn't have integrity, nothing else matters. And I'm here to tell you that Steve Doblin represents the highest ideals that any person I've ever worked with, and I'm so proud to have served with him. I have to tell a quick story. We were with the Regent. This is not a rose. We were with the Regent one night. We were at Sol Ross, where's that, in Alpine, Texas, I believe. And we were talking about when we got married. Well, Steve and I discovered we were married on the same day, same year, the same time. We went to New Orleans, same day. We stayed in the Royal Orleans the same night. We had dinner at the Playboy Club. And we never saw each other. Now, they were there to eat the steaks, and I was there to audition for the piano job with Ray Valletta. But that was pretty unique. The problem was there was a regent with us who was also married on the same day at the same time. And we tried to convince her that it was a Saturday, and that would have put her wedding on a Friday. And we forgot that we were actually married on Sundays. I have 6 quick points about Steve. The first is 24/7. Steve works. I would get up at night sometimes at about 3 or 4 o'clock, and I would purposefully send him an email just so he would think I was working as hard as he was. Leadership. Under his leadership, this university doubled in size. Under his leadership, our entrance requirements are now equal or above our peers. Our academic standards. If you happen to have turned in a promotion or tenure application while he was our provost, I want you to realize that he not only read every note of it, he checked every footnote.
Yes, he does.
He is an absolute perfectionist and stuck to the highest academic standards in those decisions. Scholarship. Under his leadership, this university became a Carnegie doctoral research institution at a time when neither Sam Houston or Texas State had that designation. Boy, did we strut at those Regents meetings. And finally, I want to tell you about Steve's memory. If you've ever been around Steve, Steve remembers 100% of what you ever told him. He never forgets anything, and he writes everything down. This university is losing one of its finest when Steve retires, and it's been such a pleasure for me to have the opportunity to work with you on this year, Steve.
Next, Dr. Jim Esser, please come forward. Jim has been with us for 38 years. That's about a tenth of those 370. University professor of psychology, and he will be introduced by Peter Kirk.
Well, I can't profess to be nearly as eloquent as my predecessors in their presentation, but I have to say it is with extreme honor that I present Dr. Esser to you for consideration of his service to Lamar University in his 38 years as program director in our master's program of psychology for 25 years, as distinguished faculty lecturer, as university professor, and for all of the accomplishments that he has become a national and international expert in. He is well known for his research in the field of negotiation. Most recently, his talk in 2012, his distinguished faculty lecture talk on negotiating with terrorists. He is an internationally renowned expert on groupthink and group decision-making processes. And I guess out of the 38 years you've been around, I've probably known you pretty close to 30. I've had the pleasure of being a student. I've had the pleasure of being a co-author on textbooks with him. I've had the pleasure of co-teaching classes with him. And it has been a privilege to know you and to work with you and to be guided by you for these 30 some odd years. Thank you.
Thank you, and now it's a special treat for me to introduce Dr. Don Owen. Don, will you please come forward? Don served the university for 30 years, 3 decades, as a professor of Earth and Space Science. Be introduced formally by his colleague, Joe Kruger.
Well, the first thing I'd like to say is that Don's first degree is actually here from Lamar University. He received his BS in geology in 1957 with high honors. From there, he went up to University of Kansas, where he received a Master's of Science in Geology in 1959, then a PhD in geology with a minor in geography in 1963. After that, he took a job with the Texas Bureau of Economic Geology in Austin, Texas, where he worked as a research scientist. That was 62 to 64. From 1969 to 71, he went down under to Macquarie University, Sydney, Australia, where he was a senior lecturer in earth sciences. He also consulted for Planet Oil Company at that time. From 64 to 78, he worked at Bowling Green State University, where he started as an instructor and left as a professor. How long did that take you?
15 years.
15 years. So that's a pretty good feat, going from instructor to professor that length of time. He was also director of the field camp there for 5 years. From 1978 to 1983, he worked in the oil industry for the City Service Company, where he was a research associate, geological associate, and also technical assistant vice president of Eastern International Region. In 1985, Don took a position as professor here at Lamar University. He was chairman from 1985 to 1994, and basically then retired in January 2015. During that period of time, when he had a chance, he also served as a consulting geologist and was editor for a variety of different field trip articles and editor for a variety of geological societies as well. The courses that Don taught here, he taught a variety of courses: general geology courses, physical geography, geomorphology, stratigraphy, and sedimentology. He also taught field geology here and a variety of other courses. Research, Don received numerous grants from a variety of organizations and worked at, most recently here at Lamar, stratigraphy in the Dakota Sandstone and Manco Shale in San Juan Basin, New Mexico. He worked on geomorphology in the Gulf Coast region, and he served on various stratigraphic nomenclature committees. In summary, Don has had 112 publications and published abstracts, 40 oral professional presentations, 15 professional field trips that he led. He was advisor for 19 master's theses at Bowling Green State University and 1 PhD thesis at McCary University. He is most proud of his awards: the A.I. Leverson Award for Best Paper, AAPG Rocky Mountain Section in 1975, Academic Excellence Award in Bowling Green State University in 1975, and Best Field Trip Guidebook Award for the Geoscience Information Society in 2007. And one thing to note is that Don is also a really big fan of baseball here at Lamar University. So you'll probably see him out there at the games. So thanks for your service.
Next, it's my pleasure to introduce Diana Rivers. Boy, will we miss her smile. Diana has served the university for 19 years, a professor of nursing, and she will be introduced by her colleague, Cindy Stinson. Look at that smile.
The Joanne Gay Department of Nursing faculty, staff, and students have had the honor of working with Dr. Rivers almost 20 years. And when I tell you there's only one Dr. Diana Rivers, I mean there's only one Dr. Diana Rivers, and we will truly miss her. It would be impossible in a few minutes to write or speak about her many contributions to our department. Dr. Rivers has a national certification in nursing administration since 1985. She has served and continues to serve on the Beck Fellowship Committee, Institutional Review Board, and the Strategic Planning Committee. In the past, she has served on numerous roles in the University Faculty Senate. She has contributed through her teaching, community work, publications, presentations, and grants. She has supported undergraduate and graduate students. Dr. Rivers has worked with graduate students for many years on their evidence-based projects. She has elevated the nursing administration practice in healthcare organizations in the region and throughout Texas through her development and education of over 60 nurse administrators and our MSN track since its inception in 2000. Dr. Rivers was the 2008 Distinguished Faculty Lecturer, the only one from our department ever. She's been a consultant with American Hospital of Paris and with local hospitals. She has led study abroad programs and helped find funding for students who are unable to fund the trip. On a personal note, she is loyal, trustworthy, and a true friend. I had the honor of working with Dr. Rivers when she was administrator at Baptist Hospital. In 30 years, I've never worked with her on a project that she did not give 100% and always saw to its completion. I will miss her sometimes, coming to my office or me going to her office where she has written her notes in margins, down the sides of papers, in the books, to remind herself and me of what still needs to be accomplished. She is a true advocate for students. However, she realizes that they too must give 100% to their profession and works diligently to keep them informed of changes in healthcare. I know that this retirement did not come easy to her. She believes in Lamar and in her students. But I also know that she will find a way to contribute to the profession that she has given so many years to. I present to you Dr. Diana Rivers.
Next, it's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Pamela Sauer. Pam has served Lamar University for 27 years. She's University Professor of English and Modern Language, and that's just because we did not have a Department of German. And she will be introduced by someone very close and dear to her, Steve Sauer.
My wife Pam and I are both celebrating our retirement today, and we have elected to introduce each other. We were married 45 years ago in the Danforth Chapel on the campus of the University of Iowa. For 27 of those 45 years, we have been on the faculty at Lamar University. Both of our children graduated from Lamar University. Henry earned a degree in communications, and Kathy a bachelor's in political science and a master's in public administration. Kathy's sitting out here today with us. Both have rewarding careers, Henry with Enterprise Rent-A-Car in St. Louis and Kathy with the Social Security Administration in Port Arthur. So if you need questions about Social Security or Medicare, look her up as you're walking out today. Kathy and her husband Kinney have a daughter, Tabitha Allen, and Henry and his wife Elena have 3 daughters, Carly, Claire, and Caroline. At Lamar, Pam has taught German courses and a variety of English courses ranging from developmental to graduate level, including honors courses. She has taught composition, linguistics, and various areas of literature and methodology courses for teachers of English as a second language. She has advised student organizations and worked on the faculty senate and numerous committees. Service highlights include 4 years as faculty associate to Vice President for Academic Affairs Bill Kale, heading the successful 1998 SACS self-study and reaccreditation effort for Lamar University. 2 terms chairing the Undergraduate Curriculum Council and membership on the recent Lamar University Presidential Hiring Committee. Her professional achievements include over 150 scholarly publications, dozens of conference papers, editing state and national journals, and serving on professional boards in both English and foreign languages. Pam holds the titles of University Scholar and University Professor, and she is only one of 5 Lamar University faculty members named as the TSUS Regents Professor. She is nationally and internationally known as a scholar of Austrian literature. As a matter of fact, she's flying to England this weekend for another conference. Upon retirement, she will remain active in several professional organizations and continue her scholarly endeavors. She will enjoy Spindletop Unitarian Church activities, traveling, spending time with friends, family, and our Cocker Spaniel, Fred. Pam said that I shouldn't say anything off the script, so I will only say that Pam is the most brilliant person that I've ever met and an absolutely perfect wife. Thank you.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you met knocking on doors for Gene McCarthy's presidential campaign. How about that? There you go. Now we're going to, let's see, is it flip the classroom? Anyway, we're going to do it the other way and let Pam Sauer introduce another retiree, Steve Sauer. Pam.
I'm happy to introduce my husband, Steve, as we celebrate our retirement today. Like me, Steve joined the Lamar faculty in 1988. In the years since, he has been an integral part of the Lamar Social Work Program, where he has put his training at Iowa, Florida State, and Brandeis University to good use. Over the years, he has taught a range of classes on social work practice, institutions, policy and administration, and field practice, and a special seminar on developmental disabilities. He participated actively in 3 rigorous and successful efforts to reaccredit the program with the Council on Social Work Education. In his years as field practicum director, he has often worked with students whose supervisors are his former students. The large number of social workers in the Golden Triangle area who have been his students highlights the enormous positive impact he's had on social service professionals, institutions, and clients for over 25 years. Steve has served students as long-term president of the LU chapter of the Honorary Phi Kappa Phi and faculty advisor of Best Buddies, which matches LU students with adults in the community with developmental disabilities. He has taken many trips to Austin with students for Social Work Day in the state legislature. He is also particularly proud that he has provided help and encouragement to a number of students who have gone on to earn graduate degrees in social work, both nearby and throughout the country. And I have some evidence of this. He, out of the blue, got an email this morning from a social worker in Houston with a master's degree, and I'll just read a couple sentences. "You may not remember who I am, and that's okay," which he did remember her. "I just wanted to say thank you for telling me that I was a good student and encouraging me to apply for graduate school. During that time, I did not have a lot of confidence in my abilities and would not have tried to go to graduate school without your reassurance that I could do it." And she goes on to thank him. Steve has served the university on the faculty senate, scholarship committee, athletic council, and other Lamar committees, and he's been very active in the community, particularly through lengthy service on numerous boards and councils. Offices he's held include Vice President of the Spindletop Mental Health and Mental Retardation Advisory Council, President of the Advisory Council of the Area Agency on Aging, Board President of Family Services Women's Shelter, and Board President of Partners Resource Network, which provides advocates for parents with school children with developmental disabilities. Among various honors, Steve has been recognized with a University Merit Award and a Julie Rogers Community Service Award. In retirement, Steve will keep busy with interests in travel, family and friends, growing roses, deep sea fishing in Galveston, lake fishing in Canada with his brother, University of Iowa sports, and our Cocker Spaniel, Fred.
Congratulations, Steve. Pam. You noticed that Pam did not say that Steve was the... Never mind. Finally, it's my pleasure to introduce a dear colleague and friend, Russ Schultz. Russ has been with the university for 16 years as a professor of music and dean of fine arts and communication. He'll be accompanied and introduced by his friend and colleague, Henry Benton.
All right, they said it wasn't a roast, but nobody told me. I told Susan at the beginning that I didn't know if you were going to like this, but you asked me. Today I have the honor and privilege of presenting to you my good friend, Dr. Russ Schultz. Russ has, of course, served as Dean of the College of Fine Arts and Communication at Lamar University since 1999. Prior to this position, Dr. Schultz was chair of the music department at Central Washington University in Ellensburg, Washington. Russ received music degrees from the Eastman School of Music, the University of Memphis, and the University of North Texas. At Lamar University, Russ has been a leader in both the College of Fine Arts and Communication and at the university. During his tenure as dean, the college initiated 2 off-campus externally funded series of music, theater, and dance performances in collaboration with Regional Art Museum and a local credit union. expanded other outreach performances to adjoining counties, developed a college lecture series supported by external funding, and a college convocation series to allow faculty from one department to share scholarship and career activities with those in another department. Not an easy feat in the College of Fine Arts and Communication that spans not only all of our campus physically, right, but also almost all the disciplines. The college has developed new undergraduate and graduate degree programs in all departments, including a completed doctoral degree and one in development, and Russ led collaboration with the College of Business to develop a degree program in music business. Ross also led efforts to incorporate film study into the curriculum of the communication department. During Russ's tenure, the number of faculty in every department and in every area has increased. Russ's leadership in the Academic Council of Deans will be missed. In fact, I'm not sure how we will ever get through meetings without him making a motion or providing a second to Brenda Nichols to approve the minutes. I mean, the rest of us don't pay any attention. This just happens automatically because Russ and Brenda are there. So I don't know, Brenda will have to second her own motions. Not sure how this is gonna happen. At Academic Council, Russ was always thoughtful and respectful in his arguments, and he would never let any of us forget to include the phrase scholarship and creative activity in every single document. He also never let us forget that students are at the center of our enterprise. I was always glad that he was around to be the senior dean. Russ's contribution to the community also made life for all of us in the Golden Triangle better. Russ is well known in the community for hosting a weekly interview television and radio show titled The Dean's Corner. Russ has also been very involved community volunteer, and he serves on the boards of the Art Museum of Southeast Texas, Young Audiences of Southeast Texas, and the Greater Beaumont Chamber of Commerce. He has served as vice president of the Beaumont Rotary Club, and he's a member of the Jefferson County Tourism Commission. As a performing musician, you know, that trombone thing. He performed with the Mensa Symphony Orchestra, the Yakima Symphony Orchestra, did extensive work as a recording musician, and continues to serve as a member of the professional artistic staff for Yamaha band instruments. He remains active as a performer and conductor, often performing with Lamar musicians. One of Russ's major contributions to our community has been to the Symphony of Southeast Texas. He is a member of the board of directors and previously served as president of the symphony. During his presidency, he had to lead the search for a new music director. He planted the seeds to continue the music director search and insisted that the committee not settle, but find the best music director possible for our orchestra, even if continuing the search was unpopular. I say this because this is the way Russ is every day. He never lets us settle, and that's what I will miss about him. Russ has been the heart of ethical decision-making for the orchestra and always brought humor as well as musical knowledge to our discussions. He has participated as an underwriter and moderator of the pre-concert talks for the last 4 years and strengthened the relationship between the orchestra and the Lamar University Music Department. It is because he asked me that I now serve on the board of the symphony, and I have to thank him for one of the most rewarding service commitments of my life. For his work with the symphony, Russ was honored with the Joseph B. Carlucci Award for Outstanding Service earlier this year. Although all I have said is very impressive, right? You gotta admit. For me, two other things are the keys to Russ's greatness. I mean, really, when I think of him, this is what I think of. You know that he's performing at Carnegie Hall, right? You wouldn't expect anything less from the dean of the college. But did you know that he performed in the inaugural concert of the First World Symphony at Cinderella's Castle in Disney World? I mean, come on. Carnegie? Did you know that Russ played the part of the bass trombone on the score to Shaft? And he still gets royalties. Russ, as we wish you happiness with the boys in the Metroplex, we'll miss your leadership, your commitment to server, and your good nature. And I will miss you as my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating Russ Schultz for a job well done.
Again, congratulations to all of our retirees. Dr. Doblin.
I'd like to ask Dr. Peter Kelleher, Associate Provost Research, to join me up here. It's now my pleasure to introduce Lamar University's 2015-16 University Scholar, Dr. Kumar Das. Dr. Das, please come forward and receive a plaque from Dr. Kelleher. Dr. Doss is an associate professor of mathematics and founding director of the Office of Undergraduate Research. He is in his 10th year of service to Lamar and has deservedly earned a reputation as one of our leading young researchers. In just the last 5 years, Dr. Doss has published 17 peer-refereed articles, a book chapter, and 9 proceedings papers. He has secured about $2.5 million in external support for his research and teaching efforts, received several prestigious professional awards, and has guided dozens of students to successful starts as researchers and scholars. Texas A&M's University Distinguished Professor, Dr. Vijay Singh, wrote on behalf of Dr. Doss's application and said, Dr. Doss is an outstanding researcher. He is committed to students and has authored 20 papers with graduate and undergraduate students. I cannot recall a better qualified candidate. Lamar is lucky to have him. Indeed we are. Congratulations, Kumar. At this time, I'd like to invite President Evans to make a few closing remarks.
Thanks, Steve. I always like it when he underscores a few. Let me begin by thanking Ann Dyhousel for the role she plays in making this event possible. Kevin, thank you and your staff for the work you've done in assembling this event and writing the script. That's always an important part of this process, so thank you for that. God knows what we'd be like if we were off script. When we did this event last year, it wasn't personal. This time it is. Now I've had the opportunity to work with a number of people who are retiring. It just changes the whole way you feel about things. So when Steve talked to me about, well, thinking about retiring, he really didn't tell me he was thinking about it. He did a little bit earlier on, but then he kind of told me I'm doing it. I'm thinking, well, can I talk to Susie and maybe see if I can work her side of it and talk you out of this? Probably not. We have lost 2 deans, 2 grandchildren, and 1 provost to grandchildren. And that's a good thing. But at the end of the day, they're all really valuable people that have made incredible contributions to this university. Jack retired a long time ago, but he's never really retired. He just hangs around. But also a vital part of this university enterprise. So I like what we do here. I have been at a number of institutions where this has not been present, where we recognize and honor the contributions of retirees. And we take a moment and pause and say a few words about how valued they are as a part of the university enterprise. So I also want to recognize Dr. Mayer, Karani, McCullough, Musioka, and Kumar Das for their contributions and their recognition. I look around this room, and while not everybody in this room is a graduate of Lamar, I'm looking at the pictures on the wall, most all of them are. And I can tell you that when you visit with them, and I have visited with everybody that's alive in this room, I can tell you that to a person, they point to a faculty member or 2 that were incredibly significant in changing their lives. Many of them actually are in attendance here. The future pictures that will be hanging on these walls will be individuals who will mention folks that just recently retired or some of the ones that we have recognized for the awards today. There is no greater recognition than to be called out by your peers as being significant in what you do. You are, while leaving this community, you're also leaving all the other social networks that you're a part of. So some of you will stay connected in them, but there's the professional associations that to some extent you'll be slowing down in, and all the other aspects that are associated with your individual retirements. And I know all of them are thinking the same things we're thinking today, how much they're going to miss the contributions you make. Steve, in your case, the Texas State University system and the roles that you have played in that regard. So thank all of you on behalf of the university for everything you have done for this institution. We will be forever indebted to what you have done here, but the truth of the matter is we're of less consequence than the students you have touched over the course of time. Thank you from the bottom of our heart.
By the way, after my next few concluding remarks, everybody who was honored today, the 3 Merit Award recipients, university professor, and the retirees, please come to the front for pictures. So, again, my deepest and sincere congratulations to university professor and Hasselmo scholar, Dr. Brad Mayer, and to our Merit Award winners, Drs. Kamal Karani, John McCullough, and Millicent Musioka, and university scholar, Dr. Kumar Das. Also, I'd like to extend a heartfelt thanks to our retirees. Best wishes to all for a healthy and enjoyable retirement and no more committee meetings. We appreciate your attendance and hope you'll stay for a while after the ceremony to congratulate personally our award recipients and to say thanks to our retirees. Because of faculty like the fine people we have honored this afternoon, Lamar has both a rich past and a bright future. Thank you and good afternoon.